everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have an unboxing. This is not a Coach bag, okay? You might have seen that this is a Kisslock bag, but this bag is not from Coach. So I was interested in this brand simply because there's a shop in Haddonfield that sells MZ Wallace and a few other brands. And I've been in there several times with Eva and with Yota when we've been out shopping the last couple of times that they were here. And I fell in love with this leather on these particular bags. And I had wound up finding a couple in Nordstrom Rack and at Nordstrom, the store. And I saw a few other places, but not quite the right color and not quite the right color on the bag that I wanted, okay? So I just happened to browse the website the other night for no particular reason, and I was looking through the different sections, and I saw this bag. It was on sale, and I had to absolutely snap it up. So I'm going to go ahead and open the box, and while I'm doing so, let's talk a little bit about Kisslocks. So I'm sure that most people at some point have had a Kisslock coin purse. That is actually one of the oldest style handbags. Kisslock bags have been around since probably 19th century, maybe even before. Late 1800s, framed bags were very popular. They were either mesh or sometimes a fabric. And Henry's waltzing around over here, so if you see a tail, that's what it is. And it was just a style that was very easy to make because you had the metal frame and you just had to attach something to the bottom of it. And if you look through antique shops, many times you're going to find one. And Whiting and Davis made a lot of these bags. And they were very popular for a long time. And then in the 30s and 40s, this style was also really popular. Even in the 50s and 60s. And then it kind of died out for a while. But there's been a love of vintage styles that have come back recently. And the Coach Kisslock bag is one of those styles. I think that that bag is absolutely adorable. But I don't think that I'm going to be able to pull it off. I think that I'm too short. And the bag will probably overwhelm me a little bit too much. And it will be a conversation piece. But, yeah. Okay. If you've ever seen the movie Spinal Tap and you see the part when they make the Stonehenge monument and the Stonehenge monument turns out to be this big and they can't really have the Druids dance around Stonehenge. Well, anyway, I get visions of that. The proportions on that Kisslock bag were going to be totally off. So I found this and let's see. So it came in this box and here is the wrapping. Really nice wrapping. It says, love, craft the life you love. Craft the life you love. So that's a really nice sentiment. So let's undo the paper. Here is my receipt. Here is a little card. And the bag is from HOBO. HOBO International. I love this brand for a really long time. They make small leather goods that last forever. And they have some really beautiful bags. Their bags are full grain leather. It is a woman-owned company and it's still family-owned. And I kind of thought that this was the time after I saw this bag, this would be the bag that would make me try them. And I might have another bag coming along too. So you can see it comes in this little dust bag. It's a pretty decent dust bag. It feels, I'd say it feels a little bit more luxe than the Coach dust bags, or at least on that line, okay? So you could tell this is not the giant Kisslock by any stretch. So let's open up the bag. Let's take a look. Ooh, I love the color, and when I saw the color, I had to grab it. So check out, this is the Alba crossbody frame bag. Now, this is kind of, okay. This is the chain strap, the crossbody strap. So we're going to get to that in a minute. Let me take that off right now. So it attaches with clips like this. And you can remove the crossbody straps. And guys, I knew that this was going to be a small bag, and I was fine with that because this is the kind of bag that I would take to lunch or take to dinner somewhere or for a little occasion. And I love the color because this is going to match my Lily Pulitzer outfits for the summer. Anyway, their bags are made with full grain leather, and this is their polished leather. So if you've never seen this before, it's very shiny and very smooth. Almost looks like a box leather, although it's a lot more pliable. You can see it has the giant Kisslock open and closure. So let's open it up and let's take a look inside. And this bag has been out for a while. This isn't anything that's really new. So here's the tag. The color is Biscayne blue. And here's what it looks like inside. So you have a zipper compartment on that back wall. And then over here you have 3 card slots. So really you don't even need to bring a wallet. But I can tell you right now, this is definitely big enough to hold a wallet. And I think I might go grab a couple things so we could see what can fit in here. I can tell you it will fit an iPhone 15 because that was one of the sample items that they give to you in order to try, you know, when you could see what fits. So this is plenty big to wear crook of the arm. Well, of course not with this big sweatshirt. It's going to be kind of weird. But crook of the arm like this. So that's cute. Or just top handle. Or with the crossbody strap. And I think it's a 22.5-inch crossbody strap. We're going to take a look in a minute and see if it's adjustable. Let me put that down. Okay, so this is a non-adjustable shoulder strap. So let's see how it looks on me. And you can judge. Now, it looks really long on the model. And at 22.5 inches, that's a pretty long strap drop. Now, you do have this little maybe 1.5 inch or so of chain that you could probably kind of hook through to shorten it a little bit on either side if you needed to. But I really like the look of the chain, so I don't think I would recommend anyone doing that. And I love this little antique gold hardware touch. It's really pretty. So here's how it looks crossbody. Now, keep in mind I have a really thick sweatshirt. So it's kind of a high crossbody. It looked like it was much, much longer, but then you had a model who was a lot thinner without boobs. So this is the way it lays with this sweatshirt. Not really the best way to tell how this is going to fit. I mean, it's okay. I know it'll drop a little bit longer without the big shirt, but it isn't as long as what I thought it was. Okay, it looked really longer. Maybe that was another bag that I was looking at that seemed like it was a whole lot longer. So now let's check out what's going to fit. Okay, so I have a couple of things here. Let's see if they fit. So I'm going to put in my Chanel O case, which is about the same size as my phone. So you can see that fits with no trouble. I'm going to put in my keys. So the keys fit, no trouble. Oh. All right, keys are down there. And I'm going to put in my Calvi just so that we can see, you know, like kind of how much we can get in. So that fits. And then I took this Touchland hand sanitizer. Let's put that in. It all fits. And I still have room. I think that you would have room, according to what I have in here, to put in a pair of sunglasses. And of course, I'm wearing my glasses. So it looks like there's plenty of room on top of all of this to put in sunglasses. And in fact, I'm going to put my glasses. Yeah. Look at that. So it definitely holds quite a lot for a smaller bag. So if you want the look of the Kisslock, if you want that kind of vintagey vibe, I would definitely recommend this. It comes in black. It comes in a really gorgeous colored pink. It comes in a tooled leather. And, oh gosh, I can't remember what the other color is. It might be like a sea green. But this bag was on sale, this color. They had this Biscayne blue. There's a red, and I think that there is a moss green. This was on sale for $99. So I thought for $99, you really can't go wrong. The top handle is not removable, but that's just fine with me. And you can see that it goes down with no trouble. You could put it in the front or in the back. And it's nice and plain, so you can hang some charms. You have some nice rings here with the handles attached where you can put some charms. So I think I'm going to do another video where I show you what this looks like with some charms and accessories. Let me know if you're interested. People are like, well, I don't really care, and, you know, I'm not really nuts about the bag, you know, but let me know if you're interested. And I may have another bag coming from this company. So we'll see. But yeah, I love the feel of this. It smells incredibly, incredibly beautiful. And I will say, I mean, in general, these are a little bit more expensive than Portland leather goods, but their bags aren't super expensive. They're kind of in the same price range as Coach, maybe a little bit less. I don't think that they go up past maybe $500 or so, but it's a really, really nice leather. And, you know, considering you're getting a lot for your money. And again, this is a smaller family-owned brand, and they've been around since the early 90s. So not luxury, but super, super nice in my opinion, and just a perfect little summer outing kind of bag. So let me know what you think, guys. All right, I will see you in my next video. This week I have a collab coming up with Jorgelina. We are going to be talking about bags that we're excited for spring. And I can tell you that this is one of them for sure. And I might have another unboxing. And then the following week, oh, I have some luxury coming up, guys. But you're going to have to be patient and wait for that. Thank you very much if you made it this far. Leave me the little coin purse down in the comments. Please like this video if you enjoyed. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. We have fun, and you don't know if you're going to be getting luxury, contemporary, or whatever else. I'm just a bag lover, guys. I love all kinds of bags, and it's all luxury to me. I will see you soon. Bye.